What's up, y'all? Your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Now look, I just came honestly to just talk to y'all really fast, go over a couple of things that I saw in the headlines. Honestly, to shoot the shits. Like, we just gonna come and talk. And honestly, I just might call that my little do when I come on and talk about the topics and stuff like that, because at that moment I'm really just ain't not doing too much in the day, and that's why I used to call my friends. They're gonna shoot the shit. So like at this point, from now on, instead of them being like my daily squeeze episodes, I might just call them the shoot the shits and just come and talk to y'all about everything I see. Because I feel like I just want to come and more conversate, you know. It don't necessarily have to be about like the topics and everything. Just talk and have a conversation, because it's just a lot going on, and to try to always stay in order, you know, it's just gonna whatever flow off the top of my head. But nonetheless, I am, you know, in a space of just conversation. You know, I had to take a quick break. So I'm in a space of conversation, and you know, we in the sky. So whatever come out after that is just what it's gonna be. So yeah, coming to talk to you about a couple of things that I saw and just wanted to come and talk, like I said. But nonetheless, y'all, first thing I want to get into is just kind of what I'm seeing just as a pattern lately on the headlines with this young man, Dababy. What is going on with Dababy? I literally was just on Twitter, and everybody's basically kind of having this debate of Dababy and whether he was blackballed, and that's the reason why his career basically is in the dumps right now. Like, see, that's one thing you niggas always want to forget too. Like, y'all honestly get on and feel like you gonna stay on, and then like it actually takes genuine work to stay on. The challenge isn't getting on. If you want to be honest about it, like, the challenge isn't getting on. It's the staying on part that, you know, a lot of people have to consider. And Dababy, you got on, you know, you had your first couple of hits, like, you had some good songs. But then it started becoming repetitive. And then it's like, your music started sounding the same. Then let's throw in on top of that how you act out in public. Yo, you's a problem. Like, you are part of the black community that make us look bad. Like, we're not gonna sit here and act like each race, each ethnicity has the ones that are, you know, functioning members of societies. Everybody has their, you know, bad apples. And unfortunately, Dababy, you consider to be one of, you know, the black community's bad apples. Like, it just is what it is. You got on, you didn't necessarily have a mission, you didn't necessarily show that you had a purpose, you know. Then you want to go in, you literally, like, you basically like shit on everybody that was a part of your fan base, you know, showing that you don't really necessarily care. You just got on billion dollar baby entertainment, you know, $1 billion baby. See, you know, you thought you was gonna stay on, but your fans are gonna constantly look past the disrespect. You know, not only which one came first, the LGBT thing or Danny Lay? I think the LGBT thing happened first. Which one came first, y'all? I can't remember. Drop down in the comments. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Then it was like, okay, actually no, I think the Danny Lee thing happened first. I think it did. So Danny Lee, like, you know, we all know when that broke the internet, he was trying to embarrass this girl. He gets on live, you know, talking about her, call her the certified side bitch. Like, he was going in on her. And this is somebody who is literally a brand new mom to your baby. Like a new mom to your brand new baby. A girl at that. So then you think about what, like, this baby girl's first lesson from you as a man, how he's supposed to treat a woman, is this. Like, if you think about it, like, the very first lesson that this child is going to get from Dababy as the man, her birth father, you know, the very first lesson she's gonna get on what a man is supposed to be is this. You kicking her mama out, causing her stress, got her in the middle of commotion, you know, fighting with baby mama number 2. You know, like, that's the mess that your daughter is, like, looking up to. And, like, that's another idea that's, like, another thing I think about, you know, and just general when it comes to, like, what girls have to look up to as an example of what a husband is supposed to be. Like, it's, you don't, like, I thought about this the other day, like, it sounds crazy. Let me get rid of this Dababy. Let me talk about the Dababy stuff first. But nonetheless, Dababy, you know, he blackballed, like, that's just one of the examples in which, you know, Dababy, like, you can't blame the fans and, you know, the DJs. He's blaming the DJs, saying that they, you know, like, stopped playing him. And it's like, if it's true, they weren't, like, necessarily doing it because, like, oh, we don't fuck with DaBaby. It's like your music just, like, it wasn't good. Like, it stayed trash. Like, there was nothing new. We get it. You had that little bass. Everybody knew what the DaBaby bass was. But, like, the content was still trash, very much repetitive, you know, and you're just bad behavior. Like, you're disrespecting women, and, you know, you're talking about the LGBT in just, like, an ignorant way. You're not necessarily apologizing for it. It's just kind of like, you're a menace to society. Like, when they have that movie, like, A Menace to Society, like, that literally is you. Nobody wants that. That's not where the money resides. Where the money resides, like, it's not. Shout out to Darrell. Like, it's not where the money resides. Companies don't want to invest in that. Companies don't want to put money into that. Like, yeah, in the beginning, they do it because you're hot, like, and you got, you know, stuff on the radio, but after a while, like, they're not going to keep looking past that because that plays a huge part in your fan base, which is why your old blockheaded ass only got 500 tickets in New Orleans. They literally had to cancel the show for DaBaby because it only sold 500 tickets. And see, that's the thing. A lot of you dudes get on. It's like, oh, I'm a legend. I'm a legend. And it's like, y'all really, can you be in the game like 5 years first before you talk about being a legend? Like, y'all be trying to speak legendary status upon y'all. Like, that's not for y'all to do. That's for the people to do. If you constantly gotta be the one to say it, like, sorry, my homeboy, it ain't true. But it's like, y'all get on and y'all feel this high of like, oh yeah, I'm that nigga, you know how y'all like to do. And then it go cold, you know, it go cold for a couple of y'all. I mean, ask Fetty Wap, ask Designer, ask Soulja Boy, like, ask all these people who got hot, fell off. Ask Bow Wow. Ask Bow Wow. Like, all these people who was on and fell off. It happens. It's just that a lot of niggas think it won't happen to you. That's what it is. But I mean, I'm sorry, baby. It's just, you know. Then you want to do this Meg Thee Stallion shit. Okay, so this is where we're gonna get into this. Okay, Meg Thee Stallion. So DaBaby, like, I guess has this new album, and you know, he was trying to obviously get the clout to sell it. Obviously, that's the only reason why he would put that out there, because like, you make this rap, the song called Boogeyman, and he talks about basically him and Meg Thee Stallion like fucking. That's essentially what it was. And it's like, you're proving our point. Like, you're proving our point. And then what's even funnier is the lyrics where I kept my mouth quiet so I could keep it played, keep it real. And it's like, how you still keeping it real though? Like, you're talking about it. So you're really not keeping it played, and you're really not keeping it real, because the whole point in doing that is to, you know, shut the fuck up about it, but you're still talking about it. So like, DaBaby bringing up this like Megan Thee Stallion stuff literally only proved exactly what people think about him. And why is it the dudes keep snitching? Like, y'all are talking way more than women when it comes to hooking up. Like, you know, everybody thinks like, oh, it's always the man that wants to keep the woman on hush. But like, a lot of times women be hooking up with dudes like it's supposed to be on the hush, and it don't be on the hush because y'all keep running your mouth. That's not how that's supposed to go. I don't think that's how that's supposed to go. Like, are we surprised that Megan Thee Stallion and DaBaby hooked up? Like, no. But like, I mean, the songs that they had together, Cry Baby, you know, like, they had some songs together. So it's not, you know, unfamiliar to think that these two would catch a vibe, you know? And if it happened, I'm not surprised if it did. But like, trying to throw it out there now and use it for your gain and, you know, building this album, like, you talk about women, but at the end of the day, y'all really be using women to like get your, to y'all, like, to get you up, or like to boost you. That's really all you do. I'm glad Meg Thee Stallion didn't respond. Honestly, when it first happened, I didn't think she was going to. Like, I knew Meg Thee Stallion was going to just let it play out. Like, there is no gain in Megan Thee Stallion trying to defend herself, like, at all. Like, no point. And her nigga ain't leaving her. Like, Party ain't going nowhere. Like, you see, he ain't even reply either. Like, they knew what he was trying to do. You're trying to sell this album, and joke's on you. They said it only sold like 16,000 copies in comparison to his over 120,000, you know, with his previous album. So it's just like, Dababy, you know, sucks to suck. You know, just like you get hot, you know, it can become a knot and real fast. It can go from hot to cold hella fast. It happens to the best of them, happens to the worst of them. I mean, by next year, baby ain't even going to be nowhere on our radar, unfortunately. Unless he keeps doing the dumb shit he's doing now. I mean, he's going to carry this, like, fighting with Dani Lee. I mean, that's the only thing that could keep him, like, in the headlines right now is Dani Lee. And speaking of, let's go ahead and move on to that. Dani Lee and BSimone. Dani Lee and BSimone now have this beef. Sorry, I was looking at the window. My niece and nephew home. So nonetheless, BSimone and Dani Lee, they are now beefing with each other off a while now. It's just like, long story short, Dani Lee, you know, she wanted BSimone not to be on set when she came onto the episode of Wildin' Out, and of course BSimone felt some type of way about it because she's like, damn, you know, I work at Wildin' Out and for years now too, and allegedly she's saying like for free, like she don't really go on there, you know, and get paid. She goes on there just for like basically the publicity of it all, and she feels some type of way because obviously like that's her family, like that's her home. But Dani Lee was saying like in her perspective, she was asking, yo, can she not be there because, you know, obviously I know she was basically alluding to, you know, Dababy and BSimone texting. I absolutely believe it. Like, Dababy's not going to pass up on a girl who's literally offering him coochie on a platter. BSimone was literally offering her coochie on a platter when it came to Dababy, okay? And we all saw for Halloween, she was Dababy's wife, you know, all that shit. Like, BSimone wanted him. And so, you think he's going to pass up on that pussy on the platter? I doubt it. Okay, so moving on. So, yeah, Dani Lee essentially was saying, like, you know, you know, she was tearing up in the video too. Like, I felt kind of bad for her because, like, low key, because it's like, I'm just trying to get my life right, trying to go back on tour, you know, trying to deal with having this baby. Dababy clearly ain't really seen the baby like that, if we want to be honest. Like, we really want to be honest. You know, it's essentially about, like, y'all moving on. So I was listening outside my door. What was I saying? What was I saying? Sitting here thinking about Dani Lee. That's what it was. Oh no, I made a song out of that. You know. Ooh, woo. Okay. Dani Lee and BSimone. That's what I was talking about. So Dani Lee was basically you know, saying I don't want this drama. So I was trying to keep it from being this whole big thing. And BSimone went on Tamra Hall. Then after Tamra Hall, it turned into a diss record. You know, it's just kind of like, BSimone. On both ends, it's like both of you hoes is stupid. Like, fighting over Dababy, really? Yikes. No, ma'am. Not on duty, not on duty. But I think of it, I try to have empathy and try to put myself in somebody's shoes, which is why I could say, like, damn, I feel bad for Dani Lee in the aspect of, like, being with a dude who she thought she was gonna create this life with. I mean, we all know Dababy's not the dude that you sit there and settle down with. But, I mean, maybe she was expecting him not to have this, like, blatant disrespect. But he was fucking on you and, you know, Mimi at the same time. And had you out here looking like Boo Boo the Fool, stuck like Chuck. So, you know, obviously trying to move on from that and having a baby at the same time with this dude. Like, I could imagine it's stressful. And he's going to be petty Betty for the rest of his life with her. Because he doesn't seem to be wanting to mature. So, you know, I mean, that's just what it is. He doesn't seem like he's wanting to try and mature. And so, you know, it's like, I feel sorry for her in that aspect, but then it's like, this was a dude you was fighting over at the same time. Like, you was fighting over him with Mimi, which is why yellow bone what he like. but he lied. Yellow bone, where he lied. That's where that came from, you know? And so it's just kind of like, but this is who you was fighting over, Dani Lee. But BSimone, like, come on. You're not even really, like, connected to this, which is why it's like you're making a diss song. Because, why? Like, you're not even really, like, enmeshed in Dababy like that, in the extent of, like, you're not his girlfriend. Like, you clearly, like, y'all weren't a thing. So, like, you didn't have to make this diss song over dude like that. So it clearly alludes to y'all was fucking, like, point blank period. That's what it's alluding to. But yeah, y'all, jump down in the comments, tell me what you think about that. Like, BSimone and Dani Lee, do you fall more on the side of, like, you feel sorry for Dani Lee, or do you know you just are sympathetic, empathetic to what she's going through? Do you feel like BSimone whack for trying to do this diss song? And overall, how do you guys feel about Dababy and, you know, him and calling himself getting blackballed? So moving on, I want to also talk about this. Okay, so Ime, is that his name? Ime Udoka or something like that. The one who cheated on Nia Long, the one that everybody's like, oh my God, Nia Long. God dang it. I mean, it's like another day, another nigga. At this point, like, who's cheating? Another day, another nigga. Like, that's all it is at this point. But it's the details. It's like the details in which we find out who he messing with. Now, word on the curb, Mr. Ime is messing with the bosses. I'm going to assume the owner, woman, wife. God damn it. Like, God damn it. Why would you do that, sir? So not only are you messing up your home by cheatations, but you're going to lose your job too? So what the fuck is she supposed to do? Now, luckily, Nia Long is Nia Long. Had this been just some, like, regular woman, she would have been SOL. But, you know, thank goodness this is Nia Long. But, you know, Nia Long is a person who is a very famous actor. She is, you know, one of the it girls in the black, you know, in the black world. She is a classic, okay? But, you know, it's just like, damn, like, to watch her go through that situation. You know, she, not only did she get cheated on, but come to find out this is the same woman that was helping them move their stuff to, was it Baltimore or Boston? I think it was Boston. She's the one who helped her move her stuff to Boston. Like, could you imagine finding out the woman that's, like, in your household? Yeah, girl, you know, let me grab that box for you, you know, no problem. And here she is carrying the box. And then here this nigga walk by and they low-key giving each other the eye. You know, while you back in the closet packing your shoes and your dress, feeling like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm going to, you know, move and we're going to have this life together. Could you imagine finding that out? Like, being in the house with this woman? I got that box for you, girl, no problem. You want me to get that? That no problem. Okay, I set the schedule up. Y'all's flight's going to land at this time. Could you imagine? I would. This is why First 48, the ID channel, Snapped, Wives with Knives. You know, that's why these shows exist. Cause y'all really be playing with women's feelings and feeling like y'all just like they just gonna sit there and put up with it. Now Nia allegedly isn't like married to him. But damn, like, to have to put up with that. And then we got, of course, Matt Barnes. He said something at first that he had to take that shit down because he was like, my bad. You know, I didn't really know all the information. And now that I know all the information, you know, I can't really stand up for him like that. Because y'all know, of course, the black man came to dun-dun-dun-dun, Captain Save-A-Ho. And, you know, we got Stephen A. Smith, the dude from Undisputed, I think, or something like that. He's sitting there defending him. You know, Matt Barnes did say that's why he took his video down. But it's like, of course, it's just like the typical, well, he not getting away with nothing. We see the white man get away with. And that's a conversation as a, I'm sorry. Can can we have this conversation? Like, can we just really fastly, you know, discuss something? I feel like there's low-key a conversation, you know, that we've been avoiding in the Black community, and just feeling like, especially with black men, and it's just like, okay, every time a black man says something that a white man would do, y'all are looking for the treatment that a white man is going to get. And the fact that y'all figure that y'all will never have the same privileges that white men have, or white men do get, like, the sooner y'all realize that might be the sooner y'all stop doing this bull. Because y'all was sitting there talking about, well, he did this by Bill Cosby, well, Harvey Weinstein did this. You know, every time a nigga gets in trouble for something, y'all like, look at the white man, and it's like, y'all will never get treated the same as them, but y'all keep trying to go through life moving as a white man when y'all are not a white man. Y'all are not going to have the same privileges. And so it's just kind of like, don't y'all get exhausted? Like, don't y'all get exhausted? Then y'all get mad. Then y'all want to come back to the woman and pull the, I'm a black man in America, they just trying to beat me down. And your dumbass is walking into all the traps that they set for you. Because if we want to be real, like, at this point, the black community is suffering because the black community, like, the black men in particular, want to sit there and walk into the traps that, you know, white men have set up for us. By this point in history, we know what the traps are. We know what they are. We know what they are. Like, there's enough internet and news and information that you know how the system is rigged against us. But then y'all dumbasses going walking into the traps, and then when y'all get caught up looking to get treated like the white man does, you know, now all of a sudden it's like, we got to crusade for you, but we can't crusade for you because your ass was dead wrong and you knew it. Like, that's where we need to have this conversation. But nonetheless, you know, they came trying to run to his rescue, but then all this more information came out. Now all y'all need to backpedal and pop, right? And Nia Long, bitch, if you don't take your ass back home. Now, I know they say, you know, at this point, y'all been together 10 or 12 years or something like that. I think at this point, honestly, too, Nia is one of those women who understands she probably has a nigga who cheats. Like, I think we've unfortunately reached that area of feeling like men, like, they don't want to keep their dick in their pants. Like, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. It is what it is. And Nia Long, if she decides to get back with Ime, now it's just kind of even more, it's just like, it's going to be even harder for her because she has to deal with this being public. And that leads me to saying this too, like, this nigga knew, not only did you, like, it's like, you know, I hate to say it too like this, you know, like, you don't want to say there's a such thing as disrespectful cheating, but like, let's admit it, like, there is a certain way, like, you expect somebody to cheat if they got some type of sense of self. Like, I know it's like sad, like saying it like that, but it is what it is. So it's like, okay, you cheat, what, you know, cool. We may be able to get past this, but it's like, okay, are you cheating and, you know, bringing babies here? Like, are you cheating and, you know, bringing this bitch up in our house? Like, you know not to bring no woman up in our house. Like, that's, you know, there's a certain type of boundary of respect that you would think somebody who cares just like a teeny tiny bit, you know. Of course, they selfish because they cheat, but like, you know what I mean. But it's like, okay, and then like, is she a bitch who's calling up to the house who doesn't, you know, like, girl, you the side chick, staying in the side chick's place? And then it's like, are you doing stuff like embarrassing me publicly and not giving me a heads up? Because y'all know Tristan didn't give Khloe a heads up about none of this hitting the headlines. She had to find out from Instagram. Her baby's father let her find out a lot of shit about him versus on Instagram. Tragic, ain't it? And we sit here and see this clip of her at the damn brain doctor talking about, oh, you know, your brain looks like a brain of one that's been through a lot of trauma, emotional trauma. And you think, huh, I wonder what that emotional trauma could be, you know? I wonder what it could be. When Tristan's all tall-headed, noggin head ass. I just can't. Had a baby on you, kissed your friend, your sister's friend, you know, cheated on you multiple times while you was pregnant too. Now he had a baby on you. Like, and we sit here looking at Khloe be so skinny. Bitch is over there sick. Okay? Sick. Okay? Sick. Khloe is over there working out all this damn stress, and she looks sick with all this skin and bones body, and then just tub of lard hanging ass at this point is what's going on with her. Kim and Khloe over there just skinny. Can't do nothing but work out because their life is so damn stressful. Messing with these noodles. Kim gotta worry about Kanye. Khloe gotta worry about Tristan. Like, it's kind of what you realize you sign up for when you want to decide you want to mess with a noodle. Have babies with him so you can have pretty babies. Like, let's stop the bullshit. Y'all sit here and you get with these men. You get with these men, you know, for dick and DNA. That's what I call it, the 2Ds. When everybody wants to talk about, oh, you know, the black man is the most, you know, desired man in the world right now. He's the most, you know, he's getting the most attention. He's the most desired. Yeah, but what do they desire you for? Like, you're fantasized because of the BBC, thanks to the porn industry. The BBC. Hate to break it to you ladies, like, from other races. Not everybody's got the BBC. They don't. They don't. Just to give you a heads up. But y'all want to deal with the drama because the illusion of BBC. So it's the illusion of dick and then DNA. The DNA, they want the black melanin, they want the curly hair, the black genes. They want the melanin, the acceptance of melanin, because there's something about it that just stands for strength, you know? It's fantasized about, right? The melanin. In the good old black DNA. Then you feel accepted into the culture because black culture is the culture. We know that. So it's like y'all want to hop into that, but then you got to realize you're dealing with a black man on the other end of that. Like, so now Khloe's dealing with the damn drama of being with a black man. Kim's dealing with the drama of being with a black man. And look at y'all over there sick. Which is why when y'all talk about, oh, black women so mad that, you know, a nigga dating out his race. And it's like, at first, I think women, there was a shock for black women, like, oh yeah, black men dating out of their race, you know? To see it was almost like, almost felt like salt in the wound. But now we've got to the point where we realize, like, y'all not treating these hoes any better. They're like, y'all not treating them any better. So I can go over here to where I seem to be more appreciated and deal with less trauma, because black men got a lot of trauma that they absolutely do not want to work through, and then they take that trauma out on you, and now you over there stressed, back broke, knees hurting, ankles swollen, blood pressure up, you know, edges pulled back, you know, weight up and down, you know, bald edges, you know, bald spot in the back, skin dry, like over there dealing with just so much shit messing with a nigga, like that's all it is. Like, all of that is. That's literally all that is. And so it's just kind of like, we realize, you know what? Have them. Have them. See what it gets you over there. We see Kanye been dragging Kim's ass all over the damn blog. Like, just always just doing something with her. It's just like, go ahead and have them. Go ahead, sis. You got it. He's yours. Don't come running back in 2 years. But yeah, it's just kind of like we see this notion of just like, okay, you know, y'all mess with the black man, go ahead and have him for dick and DNA. That's what you want him for. And overall, you know, we're watching Khloe deal with Tristan and Kanye deal with Kim, and y'all sick about it. but it's just kind of like there's just certain levels of embarrassment that a person is going to take. Like Nia having to deal with this in public, knowing that this man knew his ass was going to get fired, you know, talking about Ime, like Ime knew he was going to get fired and he didn't tell you. And he didn't tell you. He let you move to Boston. And see, that's the thing too. Like, he was trying to trap her even further. Like, at least if she moved to Boston, you know, it's going to take her a long time, you know, to go back. Like, she'll be less inclined to go back, you know, because all her shit's already here in Boston. So he was trapping her there. Like, it just is what it is. Y'all want to sit there and talk about, oh, women are the ones who trap men. No, niggas trap bitches too. Like, they do. They do. They will see a woman who is of a certain caliber, you know, probably has her shit together and wants to make sure he sits her ass down, because at the end of the day, that's a reliable source. You know, I can't let no other man have her. I may not want to be with her, and I may not want to treat her right, but I just know for sure I don't want no other man to have her, right? And so it's like men trap women too. So Ime doing that shows like it's just like a level of just like, what the fuck? Like, really? Come on, bro. Like, you had ample opportunity to tell her. So it's just like, it's just certain levels of cheating. And like, so now Ime, he got, of course, his you know, Captain Save a Black Man crew, and with Steven and all that. But it's just kind of like, how do you guys feel about Nia? If you were Nia and you find that information out, how would you feel? If you were Nia and found that information out, how would you feel? Like, damn, I just got here. Like, I just moved here. Come on, bruh. Like, damn. If you were Nia, how would you guys feel? Would you move back? That's the question. Would you move back, or would you stay with him and try to work through it? You know, because at this point, they're 10 years in. Like, to start over at that age, it's like so unfortunate, because it's just like, there is at some point where you almost like, women almost feel like it's either the devil I know or the devil I don't. Like, to have to learn a whole new devil. At least I know this nigga's antics, you know? I've been with him for 10 years. And at that age, being faithful, like, that's why Will and Jada have the perfect setup. Like, that's why Will and Jada really have the perfect setup. Y'all want to sit there and laugh at them, feel like Will's stupid because, you know, Jada had this dude on the side. But, like, if we want to be real, like, we're kind of low-key getting to that point of understanding, like, not one person is going to be able to fulfill everything. So Will and Jada, I think, are that couple that had that honest conversation of like, when you want something else, let me know. Because, you know, you're not tethered to me, but I still want to experience life with you. We still got this home front together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but a lot of men can't fathom the idea of a woman going out there and doing the same shit that they do, which is why they looked at Will like he was stupid. Like, oh, you staying back with this woman after she don't went and put, oh, but I can stop saying I can stop saying. Woo, okay, yikes. You know, they're scared. Like, whoa there, buddy. Just keep me ease up into this a little bit. I know him and Jada, y'all. I'm just sitting here thinking about it. Y'all can't tell me. I know him and Jada was knocking down boats, okay? Like, come on, let's think about it. Like, you gotta be a fly on the wall for that situation. Like, just you gotta be a fly on that wall for that situation. So nonetheless, you know, Will, Jada, like, they have something going on that I feel like more people should honestly think about. Because it's like, trying to expect monogamy out of men is damn near impossible. But it's like, okay, if you're not gonna do it, understanding that I can do the same thing. I might have my dude on the side. We see Gia and DJ Envy. I think about that situation all the time. DJ Envy and Gia. Oh my gosh, I think about this shit all the time. 10 years, y'all, she was making 10 years. 10 years. And then he was cheating on her at the same time. Like, come on, bruh. Come on, Gia. Like, and he was cheating. So what was you getting out of it was a question, you know? But it's like, Nia can make the decision to leave him or not. She can stay with Mr. Ime. But I guess we just gonna have to see in the meantime, honestly, if she gonna decide to do it. Like, honestly, if she gonna decide to do it. I'm trying to think, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure she's gonna stay. In the grand scheme of things, I'm sure she's gonna stay. They're not legally married. It's just whether this thing is gonna get his job back or not. Is he gonna get his job back or not? I'm trying to think about if I missed anything else I wanted to talk about. I'm trying to think of everything else that I kind of seen on the headlines. Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15. Oh, Salt Lake City's on, y'all. So Salt Lake City is on. The episode came on last night, so I'm gonna watch that and get back to you guys. We're definitely gonna review Salt Lake City at this point, because Salt Lake City, y'all remember Jen's ass is getting ready to go to jail, okay? To jail. She is going to jail, and it's gonna be unfortunate because but by jail standards, she is fine, okay? Jen is about to have to worry about passing around her ass cakes over there for a ho-ho cake at this point, because unless she go to like a real Teresa Giudice prison where bitch they did yoga and, you know, had TV time, you know. But if you don't, girl, you was scamming old folks. You know, they don't take too kindly about scamming old people, you know. So I don't know. We just gonna have to see. But and then we gotta see Lisa and her rant about Meredith. Ooh, that's what I really want to see. Because Lisa went off, y'all. Lisa went off on Meredith. Talk about, oh my God, you know, she want to sit there and she has this relationship with her husband and he doesn't even freaking live with her. And oh my gosh, you know, I can't even be with Meredith. She's like, she want to talk about, oh, she wants to be with John, but she's fucked half of New York at this point. And it was like, uh-oh. Like, it was like, oh. It was a hot mic situation. But I feel like Lisa wanted to say that and like hurt her feelings. Like, I feel like she wanted to say that. And see, Lisa has been good up to this point, keeping this, you know, goody two shoes, you know, kind of persona. But we all knew there was Mean Girl in Lisa. She had been giving hints along the way that she was a mean girl for sure. But Salt Lake City's going to come on, so I'm definitely going to review that. I can't think of everything else to talk about, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and upload and post this. I'm gonna watch Salt Lake City. Y'all should get Beverly Hills and Housewives posted today as well. By now it should be up. So y'all make sure to jump in the comments if there's anything I missed, anything I want to talk about. I think I'm gonna start doing lives on my phone. I've been waiting for my laptop to get fixed, but it's gonna take some time for my laptop to get fixed. So I might just start doing lives on my phone at that point and seeing how that goes. I haven't done one yet, so I might just try it out. But yeah, y'all make sure to go check out the uploads, post on my comment page, on my community page, and check out that previous video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Now I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye.